Hey, you guys, welcome back to Storytime from my hotel bedroom. You guys go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It is absolutely free. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. Also share the video. And also we upload on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. The only reason we won't upload on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, guys, is if there is situations and complications. But you guys, I told you I was going to start uploading videos. I have some free time now to upload pre-record videos. So you may see me with the same shirt and 3 different videos. Don't think I'm nasty. Don't think I don't have clothes. Don't think I didn't do laundry. I'm just recording videos as I had some free time. So you guys, we're going to go ahead. Before I get started, y'all, I'm up here in out of town. I wanted to have a quiet birthday this year. My birthday is tomorrow, and I wanted to have some quiet time, you guys. So I decided to just ride up the road a little bit and have me a nice little dinner in my room or what have you that I may pick up from some local restaurant or wherever I go, wherever I decide to do. It's all about me today, you guys. So I want to tell this story about my brother Wendell. Now, for those that don't know, my brother Wendell passed away in 2016. So he's been passed away about 6 years now. January of 2016, he passed away a week before like his birthday. So we were super, super devastated. Me and my sister were devastated behind Wendell's passing because prior to that, you guys, 14 months before that, in 2014, October, our youngest brother, JoJo, passed away. And that was a whirlwind for us. And we hadn't even really grieved our brother JoJo passing. We hadn't had a death in our family since my mom passed away, that close in our family since our mom passed away in 1990. So it was really a blow when JoJo passed away. And then when Wendell passed away shortly after that, that really, really just broke our hearts. It truly broke our hearts. But I wanted to say that my brother Wendell was the best big brother I ever had. Well, the only one I had, but he was a really good big brother. I don't know if I ever told him that. I think I may have told him that. I don't know. We just talk, whatever. And so, but Wendell, until he snitched on me about my mom at that time, he had it out for me. But other than that, Wendell was a great big brother. So Wendell didn't have a whole lot of friends. Wendell was kind of nerdy. He was in like the little geek squad or whatever. So he had several friends. It wasn't like a whole bunch of friends, but he had two or three good solid friends. As you get older, you realize, honey, 2 or 3 good solid friends is better than a room full of enemies. Catch that. So one day, Wendell was going over his friend's house, and both of his friends lived in the same general area. And he asked me if I wanted to go along, and I'm like, sure, let me go along. Now, I don't know how old I was. Wendell was born in 67, so I'm 70, was born in 71. So Wendell was about 4 years older than me. So I'm probably like maybe 8 or 9 or something like that. And so me and Wendell go over his friend's house. I won't mention his friend name or what have you. I may slip up and say it in the video. Yeah, I'm good for saying people's names in the video. So I end up going with Wendell over his friend's house, and his friends were cool or whatever. They laughed and they joked with me, and we just hung out over there, and they just really was shooting the breeze. And it wasn't often that my parents would allow us to go over anyone's house. They just didn't play a bunch of people coming over our house, and I don't ever remember spending the night over my friend's house. They just didn't play that type stuff. They just didn't. And so when Wendell was able to go over his friend's house, of course I wanted to go so we can get out of the house. So we go over there with Wendell. Now, mind you, we lived right above. Remember the story that I told where we lived above the creepy thrift store that I thought it was ghost, but really was rat scratching? So we went over to his friend's house, and we hung out over there, had a great old time. I don't know how long we were over there. Yeah, I don't know how long we was over there. It don't make no never mind. And so Wendell, now mind you, Wendell was laid back, quiet. He only really talked to whoever he talked to. Straight A student, super smart, didn't have any enemies, but people like to pick on you or mess with you when they feel like you're not in the in crowd. So that type bullying stuff was going on in our day as well as going on now. And probably when we're dead and gone, there's going to be somebody, that bullies or what have you. So we were leaving his friend's house, and these 2 guys walk up to Wendell. And I don't know who the two guys is. They were about the same age as his two friends were, so I figured those were his friends. And so I'm just standing next to Wendell or whatever, and he's holding my hand, and the guy approaches Wendell from the front. And then another one kind of goes like, kind of on the side of Wendell. So you got one guy here and one right here. And they're not relatively close in his face, so I didn't feel like no sense of danger or whatever. He's just standing there talking to him, and I don't know what they were talking about, or I just can't remember what they were asking him or saying to him. I think it had to, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I think it may had to do something with the fact that he was in their neighborhood and he didn't live in the neighborhood. Now, mind you, we lived on, for those that are from Cincinnati, we lived on a street called Vine Street. Now, Vine Street is a super long street. It can go from downtown Cincinnati, and Vine Street can go all the way out like close to Sharonville, which is miles and miles away from there. So we lived at the beginning part of Vine Street. Now, where we went to, where his friends lived, was over in an area that was called Broadway Street. But Broadway wasn't like really a neighborhood. All of it was considered to be what we call now OTR, which is over the Rhine. And over the Rhine was labeled as being low income or what have you. But I guess there must have been something about being in other people's neighborhoods. I don't know. We're all in the same neighborhood. Now, when there's a neighborhood or community in Ohio, it'd be like downtown, Avondale, Madisonville. Those are different neighborhoods. So they were asking Wendell something about neighborhoods, like, what are you doing over here? And so Wendell's kind of talking to him, and he's just, telling him like, hey, I'm just visiting my friends, whatever, da-da-da-da. And he's holding my hand like super tight. And I'm like, okay, so what's going on? Next thing you know, you guys, the dude that was from the side grabbed Wendell from like a back headlock, like this type of way. And Wendell's like struggling with the guy, and the other guy just starts punching Wendell. And so Wendell lets my hand go, and he can't really fight. Oh no, I take that back. He's not fighting them back. So he's telling me like, run, Sherry, run. And I'm like, I'm not gonna run. They're beating you up. I'm not going to take off and run. And I don't even really think I knew my way home per se. And it was too far. I just knew it was too far away to go and get help. And I don't remember where his friends lived. We were outside of where his friends stayed, but we had walked just like a tad bit away from there. So I didn't know what to do. So he kept telling me to run. So Wendell thought that if he didn't fight back, maybe they would just hit him a couple of times or whatever and leave him alone. So I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta help my brother. So I'm not that tall at this time. And this guy to me looks super tall, So I go up and start punching the guy like this. I'm ramming him, but I'm hitting him like in his thigh. And I'm boxing his thigh like, get off my brother, get off my brother. Y'all, my little fist was flying, baby. These fists is flying in 2022. So I'm punching the guy like, get off my brother, get off my brother, get off my brother. Yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah, I promise you. The next video I do, I'm not going to let shout. The next thing you know, the dude hit me on top of the head like this. I said, hold up. Wait a minute. My hand was like this. I said, hold on. Have you ever been hit on the top of your head? Like your brain, I know your brain is in your skull. I don't know if it's connected to the skull or it's just like encased in the skull. But it's close enough that if you hit you on the top of the head, my brain was shook. That sucker, he was hitting Wendell like this, and he kept hitting like this and just saying zoink. Yo, by the time I came back up, I looked like Uncle Fester from the frickin' Addams Family. Remember, Uncle Fester was like scrunched my neck. So by this time, Wendell's like, screw this. I'm not gonna mess around. And then I hit my little sister. I done crushed the cup, yeah. That's how he crushed my skull. Honey, look. So Wendell was like, bump that, they done hit my little sister. Now you're beating me up. But you know, you're not going to beat her up too. And he didn't, I don't think Wendell knew if they were going to keep hitting me. But I tapped out. I was like, that's it. Hey, this is between three adult men. It don't have nothing to do with me. Let me, as a woman, step back, stay in my place, and let the boys be boys. Honey, Wendell, you just going to have to take this one for the team, sis. I call her Wendell sis because you know my brother was gay. He was the feminine one, so sis, you're going to have to take one for the team. Heck, you live. I get jumped over in the park in a Snoopy shirt. I survived. You'll be a little sore. You'll be a little ruffled up, have a little anxiety, but you would be just fine. So by this time, Wendell starts fighting back and he starts flaring on dude. Wendell started kicking and punching and whatever else he was doing. That's enough that they let him go. By this time, y'all, I'm still like this. I'm swelling like I can't believe this grown man just hit a child in the top of her head. All I know is I was being grabbed like this, and I'm like, oh, crap, he's going to hit me again. And he's going to break my wrist. But it was Wendell. So Wendell grabbed me like, come on. And so we were just running. I don't know what street we went down, honey. I don't know what block we cut up. I don't even know if I had my vision. You go ahead. God forbid you ever get hit in your head. Like you lose your vision for a minute. It takes a minute to really focus after you had your brain shook. Like is your eyeballs connected to your brain? I don't know if my eyeballs. The eyeballs just sitting there. But them little veins on the eyeballs are connected to your brain because, honey, all this was sparkling. It was just, this is what I saw when he hit me. Honey, so Wendell grabbed me. Baby, we was hauling tail across many streets, honey. And when you're blind and running, I'm just like, where are we going? Where are we at? Where are we going to get there? He was like, come on, Sherry, come on, Sherry, come on, Sherry. Honey, oh my God, I have tickled myself to death of this dumb story. Next thing you know, by the time my vision came around, honey, we was back at the house. I don't know how we got up the steps. I don't know how I was able to see. I don't think I had glasses, but I think after that I needed glasses. That dude messed my vision up. Honey, it was horrible. I was shook. Wendell was shook, but let me tell you something. And I asked Wendell, I said, why you didn't fight him back from the beginning? He was like, I thought if I just wouldn't fight him back, they wouldn't, keep going and going. But thanks be to God. Because they were just roughing Wendell up like he was a punching bag. And I was like, what were they saying to you? And that's when he told me, like, I shouldn't have been over in their neighborhood or something. They just wanted to pick on somebody. I don't know if they was a part of a gang or just some bully or just he looked like an easy target or what have you. But his friends were in the house or wherever they were. They didn't walk us outside or anything like that. So they didn't see anything that went on. But, honey, we got back home and it was just mayhem, honey. It was just total mayhem. And after that, Wendell did not go visit his friend no way. Ain't no more visitation. I see you at school. I ain't got time to come around here and see you. And they beating people up over in your neck of the woods. But when he went to school, we probably went over there on like a Saturday or something. It had to be the weekend. When he went to school the next time, he told them what happened. And, the guy apologized to him and was like, dang, man, I'm sorry about that and blah, 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 blah. But Wendell and that guy was friends for years. But, honey, my neck has not been right since it was 1980 or something. My neck been messed up since then. That guy hit me. I look like, ooh, shot, Uncle Fester is how deep my neck went down. I wish I had a blazer that had some high shoulders to it. Like, God, I couldn't even speak. I think when he hit me, he messed up my thyroid. Because, honey, all this got crushed and went down. It was impactful. It was very impactful. But Oh, Wendell, honey, now know one thing about it. Wendell was fighting, baby. And when he started fighting, oh, them brothers, they got a couple of more hits in, and they let him go. They let him go. Both of them let him go. And they went on about their business. And we just went on and took off running. I don't know if they went about their business or we just took off running. I just know I couldn't see them. We didn't see them no more. How about that? You guys, I got to calm down before I do the next video because I have tickled myself pink about this one. Story time for my bedroom, honey. Wendell, he wasn't no joke. He wasn't no joke, honey. Wendell wasn't no joke. I think he was practicing for Baron years later and didn't even realize it. So I knew he was going to take Baron out after seeing him, you know, wrestle and dust them two guys out. He was going to take Baron out. Baron didn't know what he was in for, you guys. My goodness, I have laughed so hard, you guys. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. It won't mess up your budget, honey. The prices don't never go up. Not unless YouTube start deciding to charge, you guys. And go ahead and give the videos a thumbs up. I'm going to put the emoji with the little swirly eyes like he dizzy. And I have vertigo after that right there. Get a video a thumbs up, subscribe, you guys, and come back on Wednesday. We will be up with another story time. I guarantee you next week it'll be 3 videos in a row because I'm recording all of them today. So the next video you're going to see is me like this again. I'll see you the next time. Peace.